Yeah, no doubt about it, man. And you, I want to go back because you were talking a little bit about your fandom as a kid of pro
Hmm.
wrestling, and you mentioned the Crockett territory, which I grew up enjoying the Crockett days too. Did you have a favorite wrestler, favorite tag team? Like, who were
Oh,
your
of
guys growing
course.
up watching wrestling?
So, and I've told them this to their faces. I fell in love with a tag team first. I fell in love
Okay.
with the Rock and Roll Express. That was the first team. That was the first. Those were the first pro wrestlers that I watched, and I just wanted to do everything they did. I fell in love with everything about them. I had a million bandanas on my wrists and ankles, and all doing flying head scissors with my kids with my friends at home and at school. So the Rock and Roll Express really made me fall in love with wrestling. And of course, from there, like Magnum TA, that was my dog.
Oh, love Magnum.
And and not I was a kid with an attitude, and I got in a lot of fights as a kid. And the belly to belly suplex won so many street fights for me. You have no idea. So many street fights. Once you hit them one time, I mean, it was over. It was over.
You throw them on
So,
their head or on their back?
well, so here's the thing. I studied it so much. I was throwing them on their back at first, but then I figured out if I tilt a little more, I can make their head bounce off the ground, and it's instant KO.
Nice.
Well, did you ever expect to get into professional wrestling?
Um, yeah, kind of. Like I knew I was going to try because it was something that I loved. But of course, when I became an amateur wrestler, honestly, my first thought when I got to the mat was where the ropes, where the range. You know what I mean? So, but amateur wrestling kind of took off for me when I was in the 10th grade. Like I didn't start till I was in the 10th grade, and I just ducked to water. I started in the 10th grade. I think I took fifth my first year at heavyweight, and then I was a two-time state champ. I took third nationally, and I was an All-American freestyle. Like I had no designs around amateur wrestling as opposed to pro wrestling. Like I always wanted to do that, but amateur wrestling, like I just took to it like a duck to water, and I kind of got distracted with I shouldn't say distracted, but focused on that. And it wasn't until uh, my first daughter was born. I was actually starting to train at the Olympic Training Center and things like that. But I was like, I need money now. And then
Yeah.
after doing the math, the Olympics were great. It would have been a great honor, and I have nothing but the utmost respect for the guys that have done it, can do it, and continue to do it. But at the time, me being a young father, just finishing up college, like I needed to make money. So when I got the opportunity to go to WWE, I left college a semester early.